Something is quietly building in the Middle East, and it could change global security in ways we have not seen in years. Tensions between Iran and the United States are rising again, with warnings, military threats, and secret diplomatic moves happening all at the same time. And the most important question is, are we heading toward another major conflict? Section 1. The current situation, 0.20 to 2.00, right now. The situation between Iran and the United States is extremely tense. Iran has recently made strong statements saying that its restraint is over. This means Iranian officials are warning that they may no longer stay defensive if they are attacked or pressured further. At the same time, Iranian military voices have warned that any aggression against their ships in the region will be met with a powerful response, not just against ships, but also against American bases in the Middle East. These are not small words. These are messages that signal rising anger and growing risk. On the other side, the United States is still trying to push diplomatic talks forward. Washington has reportedly presented a new proposal to restart negotiations. This includes discussions about Iran's nuclear program, frozen assets, and tensions in key waterways like the Strait of Hormuz. But despite these talks, trust between both sides is extremely low. Section 2. Why the Strait of Hormuz matters. 2 to 3:30. To understand why this situation is so serious, we need to talk about one important place, the Strait of Hormuz. This narrow water route is one of the most important energy passages in the world. A huge percentage of global oil passes through it every single day. So when Iranian officials warn about blocking or disrupting this area, it sends shockwaves through global markets. Even a small disruption here could lead to rising oil prices, global economic pressure, and potential involvement of multiple world powers. That is why every statement about this region is taken very seriously. Section 3. Military warnings escalate, 3:30 to 5:30. In recent updates, Iranian officials have openly warned that countries enforcing U.S. sanctions could face difficulties in this strategic waterway. At the same time, Iranian military messaging has become more aggressive, saying that new weapons and new tactics are ready if conflict breaks out. On the U.S. side, officials have not confirmed any plans for escalation, but military presence in the region remains strong. Warships, surveillance systems, and allied forces are still active across key zones. So right now, both sides are showing strength, but neither side has crossed into full conflict, and that is what makes this situation so dangerous. It is a high-tension standoff, where a single mistake could change everything. Section 4. Diplomacy behind the scenes, 5:30 p.m. 7.000. Even while tensions rise publicly, diplomacy is still happening behind closed doors. Countries like Pakistan and Qatar are trying to play a mediating role between the United States and Iran. Reports suggest that discussions include Iran's nuclear program, release of frozen financial assets, maritime security agreements, and possible steps toward de-escalation. Pakistan's military leadership has also stated that it will continue its efforts to support mediation and peace talks. This shows something important. Even in moments of tension, diplomacy has not completely stopped. But the real challenge is this: can both sides trust each other enough to reach an agreement? Right now, that trust is still very weak. Section 5. Why this matters to the world, 7 to 8:30. This is not just a regional issue anymore. If tensions continue to rise, the impact could be global. Oil prices could increase, trade routes could be affected, and international markets could feel pressure almost immediately. Even countries that are not directly involved would feel the effects in their daily lives, from fuel prices to global inflation. That is why governments around the world are watching this situation very closely. Everyone understands one thing clearly: a direct conflict between Iran and the United States would not stay limited to just one region. Section 6. Final outlook, 8:30 to 9:30. Right now, the situation remains uncertain. On one side, we see strong warnings and military readiness. On the other side, we still see diplomatic efforts and calls for negotiation. This creates a fragile balance where peace and conflict are both possible outcomes. The next few weeks will be extremely important in deciding which direction this situation moves toward. Outro, 9:30 to 10 o'clock. So the big question is this: Are we witnessing the early signs of a larger conflict, or the final push toward a diplomatic breakthrough? No one knows for sure yet, but one thing is clear: the world is watching closely. If you want to stay updated on global conflicts and real-time war developments, make sure to subscribe and stay tuned, because the next update could change everything.